spending a lot more time with my family these days because I moved home and that's where they are. But I was home for Christmas this year. Christmas is very big around my house. My mom goes all out. The home looks very Rockwellian when she's finished decorating. Something out of the Saturday Evening Post. She has lots of Christmas traditions she forces upon us. And one of them is she tries to get all of her children to go to midnight service on Christmas Eve. And for years we tried to get out of it because, frankly, we thought church was dull. But eventually we matured and thought, this is something nice we can do for Mom. So my brother and I started our own Christmas tradition, which is called Let's See How Drunk We Can Get Before 12 on Christmas Eve. And the answer is always very. Very drunk. And the first year we did it, we got nice and ride drunk. Mom loaded us all into the station wagon. And I was joking with my brother in the car, wouldn't it be funny if we started a round of the penis game in church? To which my mother responded, "What is the penis game?" I said, "Well, Mom, the penis game is when one of you says penis very quietly. The next person has to say it a little bit louder. You keep going back and forth until either one of you chickens out or someone is screaming penis at the top." My mom said, "You are not playing the penis game in church." "Of course not, Mom. I'm just joking with Carl. We wouldn't play the penis game in church." "That's ridiculous. We're just being drunk." So we get to church, and Mom liked to get to church early so we could get the seats up at the front, because that's where all the good religion is, folks. It's down at the front. You don't want to be in the back getting the leftover cheeses. You want that fresh squeezed Jesus right from the So we were the second row of pews. Mom was happy, because that's a lot of Jesus right there. When the service starts, we all rise for the opening hymn. My brother and I were sharing the hymnal. There was an older gentleman in the pew ahead of us. His eyesight not as good as it used to be. He was having a bit of trouble following along with the words as they were written in the hymnal. They write very small sometimes. The older gentleman, his hearing's not as good as it used to be. He was having some trouble hearing the melody that the choir was singing. So this man made up for these handicaps by singing really loud and whatever the fuck he wanted. Just standing there going, "Ah, ah, ah," and my brother and I were just killing ourselves laughing at the whole service. But the church version of killing yourself laughing, which is where you grip your sides tightly and shake as tears pour down your face while you fight to hold in every bit of noise, because you're not allowed to laugh in church, because God forbid the sound of pure joy should emanate your lips. The house of the Lord. This was keeping us entertained, but then the sermon started, and you'd think Christmas Eve, you could kind of Cole's notes the sermon, maybe, just speed it up a bit. Everyone knows the Christmas story at this point. It was a virgin who gave birth to a baby at a petting zoo. 3 guys showed up with presents. One of them you recognize, 2 of them you have to look up. We know the story. We had a Dutch minister by the name of Jan, and a more aptly named minister I've never met in my whole life. It just was going on and on and on, and I was so very bored. Still so very drunk. Just as a joke, I leaned over to my brother and I said, "Penis." My brother got it, laughed a little, kind of smiled. Then my brother leaned over to me and he said, "Penis." Now here's the thing. I I was only kidding when I said penis. Now that Carl said penis, well, we have ourselves a game. So I wanted to wait. I wanted to bide my time. And I picked the perfect moment. And I leaned over to my brother and I said, penis. And that's all I got out of my mouth. Because my mother had karate chopped me in the neck. Cutting off the flow of oxygen to my face. Then she said to me and my brother in this voice, she said, "You are not playing the penis game! And she won.